Here's Mitch McConnell this morning doing the bare minimum. Let's take a look at that.
Majority Leader.
The last time the Senate convened, we had just reclaimed the Capitol from violent criminals who tried to stop Congress from doing our duty. The mob was fed lies. They were provoked by the president and other powerful people. And they tried to use fear and violence to stop a specific proceeding of the first branch of the federal government, which they did not like. But we pressed on. We stood together and said an angry mob would not get veto power over the rule of law in our nation, not even for one night. We certified the people's choice for their 46th president. Tomorrow, President-elect Biden and Vice President-elect Harris will be sworn in. We'll have a safe and successful inaugural right here on the west front of the Capitol, the space that President Bush 41 called democracy's front porch. And then we'll move forward. Our work for the American people will continue as it has for more than 230 years. There are serious challenges that our nation needs to continue confronting. But there will also be great and hopeful opportunities for us to seize. Certainly, November's elections did not hand any side a mandate for sweeping ideological change. Americans elected a closely divided Senate, a closely divided House, and a presidential candidate who said he'd represent everyone. So our marching orders from the American people are clear. We're to have a robust discussion and seek common ground. We are to pursue bipartisan agreement everywhere we can and check and balance one another respectfully where we must. And through all of this, we must always keep in mind that we're all Americans. We all love this country, and we're all in this together.
So the reason why this is the bare minimum is because, first of all, I said this before, but calling out Trump now is the bare minimum and has always been the bare minimum for the Republican Party to just basically say it's not the Republican Party's actions leading up to this moment that allowed someone like Trump to just take over and basically heighten the racial agitations that they've been taking advantage of. And it's actually just Trump alone. And it's very liberal to think that. A lot of liberals still at this point think that it's just Trump and that there is a supposedly moderate Republican Party out there that's reasonable. I mean, the number one head liberal, Joe Biden, feels this way. He recently even said, we need a normal Republican Party to stand in opposition to us always. We need a smart Republican Party. It's a necessity. So that's what Mitch McConnell is doing here, is preserving the long-standing ideological goals that he has for the Republican Party. And doing so requires him to, at the very least, say the right things in this moment, which is to say, oh, no, we are different than Donald Trump, when they're not different than Donald Trump. And the example I have given time and time again, especially during the election was stolen from Donald Trump crises that we were going over for the past month or so, was the fact that Republicans have consistently, one, they've stolen the election back in 2000 in Florida, and two, they have consistently lied about the election and their integrity all the time. It's not even a new thing. It's not just a Trump thing. Even reasonable, moderate Republicans that like liberals love, such as Paul Ryan, have talked about the integrity of elections. And the reason why they lie about those, the integrity of elections, is so that they can actually pursue their long-standing ideological goals of making sure that a single fucking Democratic vote never gets cast or ever gets fucking read. That's it. Ever gets counted. Their entire goal is to make sure that no Democrat votes are ever fucking cast or ever fucking counted. Okay? That's it. That's the reality. That's how they do voter suppression. And they do it very well. And in order to justify voter suppression in the form of like voter ID laws, signature matching, purging people off of voter rolls, they have to say there is a massive problem with voter fraud happening. Okay? Because if there is no massive voter fraud happening, then why the fuck would you need to have this like insane limitations on who can vote and how they can vote? So miss me with this bullshit. If you truly believe that like Donald Trump is the first president who has said that, like, these outcomes are not real. Donald Trump simply took it to the logical conclusion. Okay? He took it to the logical next step, which was to say outright that this election was stolen from him, and that Democrats had stolen it from him, and that he was refusing to fucking concede. Okay? This is the reason. The reason why I mention this is so that you understand, like, every Republican is responsible. Republicans as a whole, as a party, as a national party, are responsible for every single thing that they now criticize Trump over. The same goes for racial agitation. White supremacist dog whistles didn't start with Donald Trump. Donald Trump just kicked it up a notch. Okay? He just kicked it up a notch. That's it. Republicans have been relying on white nativist immigration policies, white supremacist dog whistles, their entire careers. So now they're going to what? Turn around and be like, oh my God, I can't believe Trump was being so racist. Like, no. Those motherfuckers existed within the Tea Party. Okay? Those motherfuckers existed in the moral majority. Those very same people have been Republican and voting Republican for a very long time. And the reason why they believe the things that they believe is because of people like every professional Republican sitting in office currently, and also Fox News and the Republican media machine that has churned out borderline conspiracy theories, actual conspiracy theories, and a fuckload of racial agitation since its inception. Okay? That's it. So it's not just Donald Trump. And many Republicans can't even do the bare minimum. Democrats are giving Republicans an out here to say, yeah, just say it's Trump and that you're different so we can go back to business as usual. And the Republicans can't even do that. A lot of Republicans are like, nah, fuck that. This is us. I'm not going to fucking apologize. And why should they? Because the Democrats have no power. Even when they are in power, they have no interest in exercising that power, using that power.